What's going on there, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon or morning or whatever time you're watching this. My name is Azurblade and welcome to my 20th Let's Play, Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin Edition. I've hinted through my Dark Souls Remastered Let's Play that I might Let's Play this game in the future, I might not, but here it is, after all these months, and even a boss countdown, which I'm quite proud of. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, by the way. Dark Souls 2, a very bipolar game in terms of quality, but I will explain why as it becomes relevant. With that out of the way, let's get started.
Perhaps you've seen it, maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything. Once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drangleic. Perhaps you're familiar? No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish, time after time. For that is your fate, the fate of the cursed.
That was quite the intro cutscene, wasn't it? It's not quite as grandiose as the first games, but man, that cutscene was beautiful. 2014, I think, was when the original game came out. But this is Dark Souls 2. There are some things about this that should look familiar if you played through the first game or the third game or any of them, or watch my Let's Play of Dark Souls 1. You got your souls at the bottom right, your health and stamina on the top left, and your weapon wheel on the bottom left-hand corner. There's some familiarity to be seen here, but you probably noticed my health bar is cut in half, and that will be explained after this cutscene.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse.
It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
And now we can finally customize our character, so let's do this thing. If you've watched my Dark Souls Remastered Let's Play, you will recognize this name. I am naming my character Strider, just like the original. Yes, his name is Strider.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
And now it's time to customize my character, so let's do that real quick. And this is the class I decided to choose. I'm gonna start off as a knight, with my gift being the petrified something. And for those of you that care, this is my face. I didn't want to spend too long on it, so I spent the last 10 minutes customizing. I'm not the best at it, so that's what I'm rolling with. This is your true self, about as true as I'll ever get, really.
All people come here for the same reason, to break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom.
But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Well, that's not very nice.
This is a limbo. A link between Drangleic and the outer world. Fair traveller, I know that you must have a story. Why else would you visit such a place? This lost, decayed kingdom. My name is Millibeth. The old women were once fire keepers. I am here to look after them. It is what my mother did, and her mother before her, and so on. The old women were keepers of the fire, but now the fire shows signs of fading, and the kingdom is beset by hollows. The old women are sisters. I am told there was a fourth. Long ago, fire keepers were commonplace, but now they are lost, scattered to the winds. The old women...
Okay, that's all our dialogue. Do you have anything to say? Oh, you're just laughing at me. Well, that's not very nice.
You must go on a journey without rest. Well, I suppose if you find yourself at an impasse, but if your will is yet unbroken, then you may return here to start again with a clean slate.
Yep. But before you do anything else, you want to head up here because you have yourself a treasure chest. And you have another human effigy in there. So that's helpful. But now that I got my armor, as well as some life gems, I want to go back out this way because if you head over here, back over this way, you got a little secret hideaway over here with some pretty big footprints. I wonder where they lead. Let's see, where shall they lead? And they lead to this thing. This enemy right here perfectly encapsulates Dark Souls 2 as a whole. He's giant, intimidating, and really powerful, but he's also clumsy. So, yeah, that's a pretty good indicator of what your experience on this game is going to be like. I just wanted to get my gold pine resin up here because that item is oh so helpful. And if I remember correctly, nope, it's not over here. Never mind. Slowly wade through the water. But yeah, Dark Souls 2, a lot of people don't like this game. And there are valid reasons why. But I personally really enjoy this game, even with all of its apparent flaws. Let's light this. Bonfire! Oh, I've been looking forward to that again. Bonfires are places of respite. You may also light torches on them. And that's another new mechanic of this game, is the torch system. Okay, let's just... Right, hold on. You can press right on the D-pad to bring out your weapon that is equipped on your right hand. And there's your torch. Now you got a bunch of options here. You got your equipment, which will show off what you can equip. This is your right hand, so you can have 3 things here. All I have is a broadsword, so I don't have any options. This is your helmet, which you can wear this little imported hood that you started the game with. Chest pieces, gloves, and leggings. These are what goes in your left hand. It's a good idea to put shields here, but there's also some weapons in this series that are better wielded in your left hand. Rings are important, but we don't have any of those right now, so don't worry about that. And the bottom square there, the one that I'm lighting up, this is your item wheel here, which will have stuff like life gems, human effigies, gold pine resin, just all around important stuff. These are your arrows and these are your bolts. And your inventory will show off all of the same thing, but you can't change your stuff. So like your items, your weapons, bows, catalysts, shields, armors, there's your rings. spells, arrows, upgrade materials, and key items. And then you got your player info here, which I'll explain that later. And here we have our first fog wall. These usually indicate either checkpoints or boss fights. And then you got the right bumper to attack with your... to do a light attack with your right weapon. And then you click in the right stick to lock onto your target. And if you move the right stick, you can change targets. But we only have one, so don't worry about that right now. And here, you can hold the B button while moving any direction to dash. And this is another thing that not too many people care for with this game, is that the movement feels kind of wonky in this game. And it's one of those weird things where you can't really explain it too well unless you've played any of the other Dark Souls games. And that was a backstab, which you can do to get a critical hit on an enemy that's not facing you, for lots of damage. Very helpful indeed. And what do we have here? A dagger. Alright. And then you can press the B button to roll, like so. And this is how you dodge attacks. As ridiculous as it looks, it's quite helpful. And then you can also switch your weapon that you have equipped using the D-pad, like so. And you can hack and slash with the dagger, which is fast but doesn't hit as hard as your broadsword might. And you've probably noticed that there's a plus 37 to the 120. And that's because of the scaling, which I will not explain just yet. I'll wait till I'm about to level up. And if you press the B button while stationary, you do a backstep. And you can also do a special attack with the right bumper if you do that. Like so. Ow! Ow! Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop. And if you press the right trigger, or whatever counts as the right trigger on whatever controller you're using, or if you're using mouse and keyboard, which you're better than me if you do that, then you do a strong attack. And the X button is to use an item in the bottom square, which in this case is a life gem. And now you can move the camera with the right stick, and you come over here to kick down the ladder. And here's the reason why I wanted to get the petrified something. Because if you drop it in this here nest,
silky smooth.
then you get a certain item.
Yes.
Which is what? Okay. I'll take the Demon's Great Hammer. So, that's actually a pretty good drop to get this early on. And Soul of a Nameless Soldier. Light these things with a torch. And here's another thing about this game. Fall damage is absolutely ridiculous in this game. This tiny little drop, and I took damage. But the Demon Great Hammer, look at how much damage this thing does. I need 50 strength in order to even properly wield that thing, which I will not have for pretty much the whole game, so I basically got myself a pretty weapon. And if you press the Y button, then you can dual wield or two-hand your weapon, which will do more damage. And hold Y to do the same with your left weapon. Two-handing your weapon will make you do more damage, but you'll consume more stamina, which is the green bar, with each swing. Whereas here, I can swing my sword 5 times before running out of stamina. Here, I can only swing it 4 times and I'm out of stamina. It's a pretty good example list for that. And if you click in the left stick, or whatever counts as the movement option, while dashing, you do a jump. So, alley-oop! And another thing to consider is that if you have no stamina, then, okay, there we go. If you have no stamina and you try to jump, you will not jump, and you would have fallen to your death there. Alright, now let's climb the ladder. And here's another thing that I really like about Dark Souls 2. You could consume your stamina to climb a ladder extremely quickly. It's very nice. And if you press the right bumper while falling, you do a plunge attack. And if you have a shield equipped, then press the left trigger with it equipped in your right hand and your left hand, then you can do a parry. It's pretty helpful stuff. And if you press the right bumper while moving forward, you do a guard break, which is also helpful. So let's lock onto him and plunge attack him. But I'm gonna be completely honest with the plunge attacks in this game. They kind of suck. And what I mean by that is that they do a lot of damage, yes, but the hit detection on it is a little bit wonky. So don't expect me to use plunge attacks too frequently. Cracked red eye orbs, I'm not going to use those because I'm playing offline, so don't even worry about those. Go through the fog wall, and here we are over this way. Look at that! We're already getting pretty far into this place. And now we can have a little overlook here, but don't worry about that place just yet. Because if you go down here, there is a stone statue blocking the way. And this is another thing about this game that I really don't like. Because there's only a limited number of things you can use to get rid of those things. And there's not enough for each statue in the game, so you really gotta pick which one you want to get rid of. But now that I'm done with that, now we can continue on forward. We're pretty much done with that area, so look at that. Isn't that wonderful? But now it is time to introduce you to what is, in my opinion, the greatest safe space in Dark Souls. Welcome to Majula. I love this hub world so much. It's beautiful. It's still got that run-down look about it, but there's still a modicum of beauty here that... Oh man, I love Majula so much. You got the sunset in the background, the ocean rippling, and the wind. It's perfect, man. I love Majula so much. And the music too. How could I forget the music? But now you want to head over here and slowly walk, drop down here, and then go over here, drop down this way, because there's an item over here, which is a morning star and a sacred chime, which is something I want. There we go. I can't use it in my stats. I find my lack of faith disturbing. Oh well. And if you come over here, you have your binoculars. So that's fun. And now you just loop back around, and here we are. And now for bonfire! There's quite a few things you can do in Majula, but there's not so much you can really do on your first visit. But there are a few people to talk to, so let's start with this guy just chilling in the shade here.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. And now somebody's gone and locked the door. I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop chop.
Alright, now we know something that we gotta do at some point. Now, there are people to talk to over here, but there's something I want to go over here and do first. Like, for example, this item over here. Very helpful thing to have. Out of the way box. Life gem. Very nice. And here's something I love about this game. Rolling into objects breaks them. Like so, well, you can't break those by rolling into them, but you know what I mean. Just roll into barrels. And now you want to come over here and attack this rock over here. And prepare your eyes for some pretty gruesome imagery. Pretty gross. But you have an Estus Flask Shard, which is very helpful in the early game. You want to get that as soon as possible. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is head up this way. All the way up the top of the stairs, because we have more lore to listen to, and that's the best part of these games.
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent. The smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Dren Lake these days, there are very few places like that. I am Solden. And like you,
I lost everything, and now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die, and that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls, and wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul, and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now, like I have. Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You need only accept their kind embrace.
And I think I will join the Way of Blue Covenant, but not necessarily because I'm dealing with invaders, but for a different reason. That right there is why. Entered Covenant.
That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence. Let the Sentinels cradle you in their embrace. Do you feel lonely here? It suits me just fine. As I've nothing left anyway, it will grow on you, this place. Give it some time.
Alright, now let's get his gesture, which is something fun I love about these games.
Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? That will take you to the forest of the giants. There was once a great fort, but little of it remains. You may just find something there that will be of use on your journey, but don't venture too far inside, or you might not come back. May you find peace on your journey.
Thank you. But the reason why I joined the Blue Sentinels is because they give you the blue seal, which if you press X, it increases your HP slightly, which is very nice. This game is difficult, and you're gonna need all the health you can get. Was that an item I saw? No. No, it was not. But now it's time to talk to the most important person in this place.
Are you the next monarch, or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side, till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
The Estus Flask.
Go on and see the king, he who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick.
You may level up by the power of the Emerald Herald. Don't ever attack this lady, because you can kill her. And if you want the game to be that much harder, then go ahead and do that, you awful monster.
Bearer of the curse, seek misery, for misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable. The 4 endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Is that a shard you found? Here, let me see it. so that I may help you to see light, to see hope, however faint it might be.
And there you go. This is who you give your Estus shards to. And just like that, your Estus flask has been strengthened, and what they mean is that instead of having just one flask, now you have two. So huzzah!
Bearer of the curse, seek souls. Larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way, lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others. Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle, where a man peered straight into the essence of the soul. But whatever came of it, those who come to Drangleic seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, his spirit is already broken, although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future. That tiny thing inside the ruins, an ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom, provided you find her on a good day. The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow. Stay strong. Do not lose hope, even when you have precious little time. For when the undead dies, it is never truly dead, but only one step closer to hollowing. Not all undead are hollows, but all hollows were once undead. If you find an Estus shard, bring it to me, so that I may ease your burden. Over the hill, where a man...
Okay, that's all her dialogue.
That blue,
I promise, not all of the game will be this dialogue heavy. I just want to get all of this out of the way, because we got 2 more people to talk to before we're done talking. So, first off, we want to go in here next for one of my favorite NPCs. A cat.
Oh, undead are we? And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalqua. Enchantée. So, what did you want anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
But if you join a covenant and don't want to partake in it, you can abandon them here, like so. So yeah, I just joined the Blue Sentinels because I wanted their ring. And you can also buy some items here, like the name engraved ring, which is very helpful if you want to play with your friends. I have plenty of experience needing this ring, because in Dark Souls 1, at least the original one, there was no password system, so you just had to hide your summon sign and hope no one summoned you. Here in this game, there's a bunch of deities that you can assign yourself to, and if you assign yourself to the same one, then you'll only see summon signs of people that assign themselves to that deity, which is so much better than that of the original game, but it's still not quite the same as the password system we later got. The Ring of Whispers is going to be something we'll need later. And this one is helpful if you're playing co-op and you're a super tank and your teammates are squishy. This one reduces fall damage, which is nice. This one absorbs HP from defeated foes. Then you got Homeward Bones, which are helpful. You got Prism Stones, which in Dark Souls 1 and 3 are fun, but here they're pretty lame. Alluring Skulls, which I won't need, and Lloyd's Talismans, which I also don't need.
This place is already dead. Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful? This place is... We receive only the most peculiar visitors. Folk like yourself. It's enough to keep even a cat amused.
I really need to not get into the habit of skipping dialogue like that. It's force of habit. Okay, don't do that again.
Are you going to see the old ones? Those 4 who have grown so incredibly ancient. They must have sprouted quite a thick coat of moss by now. For heaven's sake, No one even knows their names anymore. Imagine that. Yes, nothing like yourself, for you have a most pleasant scent. It grows nicer with each passing day. Have you made friends with the man by the sea? He's lost everything. Absolutely everything. The only thing he's good for now is a few tidbits on covenants. Covenants are a type of, well, contract, you might say. You give something to gain something. That's the way humans like it, right? It might be just the thing you need. But what does a cat know? Did you see that oddly formed rock behind here? Long ago they called it Victor's Stone, as I recall. If you wish to face greater challenges, speak to the rock. Although, you'd just as well not. This place is already everything.
Alright, that's all your dialogue.
Satisfied? I'll be around if you ever come back.
See you later, cat. And now we have one more person to talk to, and then we're finally done.
Hello there. Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind. I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really. A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good. Oh, it's absolute hogwash. Oh, by the gods, why the hell am I here?
Okay, that's all his dialogue. But he sells armor. And it's not too great for right now, but trust me, you want to buy all of this armor at some point. Just not right now.
Well, I do hope I see you again.
Oh, you will. But now you want to go up here because he's got a little secret stash up here. So let's loot his secret stash and get a Tyanite shard, which is going to be very helpful later on. But for right now, you can't do anything with it. Okay, now let's use our soul items because we got one more thing we have left to do today before we can finally leave Majula. So, got 1,600 souls. Excellent. Now what you want to do is go back to the Emerald Herald because she is your level up lady. Okay, that's all you gotta say. But now we have your stats. You have Vigor, which increases your HP. Endurance increases your stamina. Vitality increases your equip load. Your attunement will increase your casting speed as well as how many spells you can have at one time. Strength is obvious how hard you hit with strength weapons. Dexterity is how dexterous you are with weapons such as daggers and katanas. Adaptability. Oh, adaptability. My first playthrough, when I saw this stat, I assumed it was like resistance in the first game and it was going to be worthless. That could not be further from the truth. Adaptability is arguably the most important stat in this entire game because it levels up your agility, which by itself doesn't seem all that it's just all that enticing. I mean, yeah, it levels up your resistances too, so it's just like, it's resistances, why would I level that up? It increases how many iframes you have when you dodge roll, and the game never tells you this, to my knowledge. Yep, it doesn't tell you that, so you want to level this up as well, you want to level it up pretty quickly. Me, on the other hand, I have no reason to level it up at the moment, but I will level it up plenty when the time calls for it. Intelligence is what you need for magic, but it also increases your magic defense and stuff of the like. And then your faith is how much damage you'll do with miracles, and how much you'll heal with said miracles, so it's pretty helpful. But another thing I love about this game is that every single stat in this game levels up your HP a little bit, alongside the stuff that it specializes in. So, no stat really feels all that worthless in this game. Now, what I'm going to be doing for a little bit is I'm going to level up my dexterity until it hits 20. So let's level it up to 9. There's a reason why I want to level it up to 20, and that'll become relevant pretty soon. But now that I'm done with that, they said something about the Forest of Fallen Giants over this way, so that's where I'm gonna head up next. But if you come over here and turn around, there's a metal chest here just hidden, waiting to be claimed. And what is it but a rusted coin? Which I'm gonna hold on to that because it's gonna be very helpful to keep these later on. Now just head over here, pull the switch with all your might, and that will open this here gate. Like so. Haha. It's a little bit slow, so you'll have to give it some time. Now you just run in there. Nice. And now that that's done, you want to head over here, and instead of going to the right, instead you want to go down here and open this chest over this way, because if you do this, then you get another human effigy, and if you jump over here, then you got a homeward bone and a soul of a lost undead. And that leads you back over here down the river. And we got ourselves some more enemies to deal with, so let's take care of them. Now, these fat ogres, you do not want to aggro them. So just stay out of the river that they're chilling at. No! Run! Run, fool, run! Get to the bonfire. Okay. Now, light this bad boy and... Oh no, that's not good. Okay. Let's see. What I want to do here is dodge! And watch him fall over like a clumsy oaf. Yeah, look how little damage I did there. Alright, just attack him twice. I really don't want to fight him right now. Attack, please. Now! Okay, and let's take care of Mr. Hollow here so I don't have to worry about him while dodging Fatty McFatfat over here. There's some damage. Woo! Okay, now just go back and jump attack. There we go. Now! I don't think so. Now just wait for him to fall over like an idiot, and nice try. You're not hitting me today. Okay, you want to avoid that attack because that attack will do insane amounts of damage. Alright, I've almost got him. Now! Don't even think about it. No, nice try. Now fall over like an idiot. And there he goes. And I get 1,000 souls for my troubles. See what I mean? They're not really worth fighting if you ask me. I mean, it's cool that I managed to take him out though, so at least that's good. And with that, I am going to end it here. Next time on Dark Souls 2, we will continue exploring the Forest of Fallen Giants. See you guys next time. Take care, everyone.